morning, everybody, and welcome back. Oh, hold on a second. I need to. Relegate that back to. There we go. Relegate that back to its normal volume. Alright, so welcome back, everybody. We left off last time. We were discussing my flowchart here for all the stuff I needed to make in regards to working towards Fixonium fuel rods. And what I realized while I was talking with NBC is that I fucked up and I didn't have the reanimated SAM recipe selected to be able to use SAM ore. And that was in turn causing me to need something on the neighborhood of 700 AI limiters and a huge number of crystal oscillators and so on. After I turned the SAM ore on to use reanimated SAM, these numbers have come way down. I now only need 160 versus 610 on those. 328 versus 778 on the AI limiters. So my SAM ore needs have gone up, sure, but that's a significant drop. I went from 3,800 diamonds to 1,100 diamonds. It's a huge savings. I was even able to go in and get things turned around so it'll start using the pink diamonds instead of the turbo diamonds. It cut resource needs and build out significantly. This went from 750,000 megawatts of total power to 350,000. Huge difference. So great there. The other thing I wanted to look at, I mean, the just the number of things in general went way down, which is good. I'm glad I caught that before I built everything out. I need, come on, the uranium fuel rods. Up over here. What the fuck is going on? Oh, come on. In Moss Rock. There we go. So it is using the uranium fuel units now. Okay, so we need quick wire. Yeah, we're gonna need quick wire for that. So what we're gonna do is the quick wire we need for this, because of the numbers, will be produced at this facility where we make the fused uranium cells. It's just gonna make more sense. Otherwise, that's six lines of quick wire going up there from the main plant. That will move up to the main plant. Which means I need to look. High-speed connectors. Oh, wow. That came significantly down. That's half. I'm making double what I actually need to make for high-speed connectors. Most streamers seem forgetting to make AI limiters. Not all, but a few seem to forget those. Slowly building your ionized fuel build. Nice, Moss Rock. I think what I'm gonna do, because of the changing in numbers, what was I doing? Required so much of that. Alright, here's one of the things I want to do quick. Items and recipes. Let's take this down another 1200. And see what it does to the numbers. Honestly, I think 1200 for me is going to be plenty. Go to 8400. That'll leave me 1800 besides what I'm using in the build, which should leave a significant amount of other stuff. Yeah, we're still good on the rest of this stuff. I still only need 90 high-speed connectors. Why did I need so many before? Why did I need so many before? Probably for some electromagnetic control rods. That's all I can think of. This is true, Moss Frog. Yeah, for now, Mitronino. For now. Not holding out hope. See, it's showing I need 90 radio control units. I don't think I made that many. Yeah, I wasn't making that many. What here? Oh. Okay. Temporary last build for... Nice, there you go, Moss Frog. Alright, so I don't need... In other words, I don't need half of this build. I could literally... get by with 100 of these things. Originally, it wanted like 168 of them. What did I change? Can't have been turbo diamonds being the only change there. Well, that market, we get 400 of those. 15 per. Two. I could go high. I could crank a couple of these up. They're easy to relocate, Doug. There's a mod that lets you pick them up, Moss Frog. Yeah, a few people I know use it. So I could realistically overclock a couple of these. I only had 22 here. Make it 23, 24. Oh, that's right. I need to save some of those for the, not that button. Cooling units. That'll leave me 20 cooling units a minute. Yep. That should be plenty, I guess. If I remember right, I had these tuned for exactly 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I only have 600 a pop? 600 size to 1200 belt goes up to each. Wait a second. Why did I bring up 2 lines of casings? That's why, because I don't have 1200 on the line. Might start look at other internet provider for continuous periods. There are no other internet service providers in my area. The only other internet service providers would be DSL. So Dish Network or Starlink. Spectrum is the only provider in my area. There's no fiber, there's no AT&T, there's no anybody else in this area. I really don't have much choice. Alright, I guess what I'm gonna do, because I have such a significant overabundance of these and I don't remember why. How was I building out that needed so many of them before? That's what I get for not double checking things. I mean, I guess we're gonna put them to electromagnetic control rods. Because I've already got them built. I needed how many of those? 168. I'll go half and half. That's all I can do, I guess, really, is go half and half on the electromagnetic control rods. Let's check the recipes. So connection rod is there as an option. It's 1 to 2. That's 2 to 2. How does my... my resources look? If I take this away, all of a sudden copper ore goes up, I think. 45. No, it doesn't change much. Deuterium goes up by 60 on the ore. Iron ore goes up by a little bit. Oil goes down. Limestone goes down. Quartz goes down. Might be better off that way. Now we only need 200 of those. We need 170. Okay. All right, that works for me. I'll use those for my electromagnetic control rods because I've already built them out. Quick wire goes up, went up a bit, I'm guessing, because I think this was at 14. It went up a couple hundred, I think. I'm still overproducing for what I need. That would be why the number went down, because this number went way down. Because I'm going to be slooping the pressure conversion cubes. it only has me using 89 into radio control units. Now I need to double check my math and make sure I didn't just screw something up. So I'm still making 82 of these, even though it only calls for 46. Alright, I don't actually have enough left over. Well, no, hold on a second. $165, yeah. Never mind, I can't do that with the... because I'm making so many extra radio control units. Here's the kicker. If I didn't sloop the pressure conversion cubes, the resources go up quite a bit. So yeah, we're going to keep that in. We need to go to recipes. I need to turn this back on. And I just need to ignore the high-speed connectors because I am using them. It's only showing 89 here, but it's because I've got the radio control. Yeah, okay. A converter? 2x2. It'll fit neatly exactly onto a 2x2 front. Now, if you've got to have your belts, you need room for that, so... 5 walls. The ceiling is 5 walls high. Well, 1 meter short of 5 walls high. Not a problem, that's right. Alright. So something I realized, I don't think, to move that stuff. If I'm going to be doing the 6300 quick wire for the other set up there, I have room now to add here. Because we only need to set up no, I will need to move it. Alright. Before we do that, because I need... Hold on a second. Ooh. Ow. Hago Musrug. Important. If I'm going to start building these, I don't have fused modular frames or cooling systems currently automated. So we're gonna have to work on that. AI limiters. I am gonna need to move that stuff, but I don't have some of the parts automated. So we're going to leave that space. Yeah, we're gonna leave that space. Do I really need to? Let me think here for a second. I might not need to sloop. Well, I don't really have the excess rubber. Northeast coast of the Dune Desert. It's a good spot for it, yeah. Ads. Nope, not ads. Thought I saw something getting ready to say something or another. My bad. Alright, I was gonna do AI limiters over here. So I might as well just get on with starting the AI limiters and finding out where we're at. I don't need as many radio control units. So I could theoretically... Hold on, let's look. I might take out 8 of these on the back end here. You know, essentially this one line. So let's see, that would be taking 32 off of where we're at with the high-speed connectors. Save silicon circuit boards, so on, yada yada yada. I could convert some of that into computers, whatever I might need with the circuit boards. They're a little more versatile. So if I cut back over here, it would be saving me heat sinks. Essentially taking 8 off over there would let me take a bunch of these off over here. Losing 8 there, I could lose 4 here. I would still be making a bunch of these. Because I only need 44. I'm making 83. Well, 82 and a half. I need 45, so... Whoa. This is weird. It would then let me take the heat sinks and convert them into cooling units. I'm at 48. 92. Could be at 67 and a half. leave me with 23 of these a minute. Now, I'm going to leave this the way it is so that at some point in the future, I can get a little extra rubber up here. Cooling units. I don't know, Moss Frog. I haven't really thought that far ahead, but no matter which way you look at it, I'm probably going to do this one here. No matter which way you look at it, though, it's 2 to 1. Heat sinks to cooling units. And cooling units is one of those things I'm going to want to have some for myself. So what I need to do is I need to get more rubber in here, so I can squeeze a few more heat sinks out of it. Oh, on the cooling units? Yeah, I don't have any spare rubber right now is the problem. Matter of fact, this is the recipe they want me to use. Which kind of makes sense. It's more useful with the quick wire. But I don't think I have the spare plastic right now. Oh wait, yeah I do. I just need to add to my quick wire setup. In order to do that, we are going to need more here. So let's go ahead and prep. Do I have petroleum coke to do another one of these tempered? So I'm using 800 petroleum coke up here right now. Oh, make it 10 rubber. Alright, we've got the petroleum coke. What else do I have for blueprints on the foundries? I think I have a foundry pair I was using. Did I not? I guess I just hand. Yeah, I just did it by hand. It moved. There. By doing it this way, we're gonna have to set up a petroleum coke line to get over here. I'll need 800 of that, but I've got the Caterium coming in now. We got two 1200 lines we can bring up here. From the Triple Cat. I just need to know which one I set the pier up on, so we can pull it in correctly. Actually, bottom one needs to be, yep, light speed. What I'm gonna do... Ah, that's right, I took this off of here. Did that. I need 1200 lines for the ore coming up down each side. So we can go this. Trying to avoid the mic if I split if possible. Cooling systems I would usually have to. 5 split? See, that's one thing that I've never picked up on that a lot of people will talk about because they've played Factorio. These, you know, when they start talking malls and things like that, I'm not up with the Factorio lingo, the creation of these things. I mean, I've kind of gotten the idea a little bit from watching some people and how they talk about their setups. Yeah, bus lines, malls. I guess. But, you know, people talking about load balancing like 8 lines to 3, this and that. I don't really load balance. I really just don't. I don't know. I mean, I'll merge belts and stuff like that, but I won't go crazy like some other people do with the load balancing. I just watching people well, to me it just breaks my brain. It's what it boils down to. It just breaks my brain. I'll watch people make these load balancing setups, and my brain just doesn't follow along. I watched Bits trying to do a load balancing thing the other day on some ingots, copper ingots, and my brain was just like, wait, you're doing what now? I mean, for me, when it comes to load balancing, I'll take machines and say, okay, I want a 400 belt or something like that, and I'll specifically set the machines to that. But to go, okay, I've got a, you know, these machines set up, and it's going to be X number of this, that, or the other thing. I would rather just make the machines balance it than to try and say I've got 3 belts coming in and I need 2 belts going out and they need to be the same amount. Well, I would just go do the machines and do it on that end. Oh, I mean, I will do some of that. You know, okay, I need you know, a certain number or something like that. But I don't get to like exact amounts. It's there, right? Yeah, okay. Morning, Mr. Scurvy. Yeah, I mean, like that I get, but when you see people taking, you know, a bunch of splitters and mergers together and trying to balance things out, stuff like that, my brain hurts. Or, like I said, prime example was, someone was sitting there, morning, Scurvy, and they were balancing out, like 8 copper lines down into 5 copper lines, and they had all of this weird, you know, splitter here, splitter there, merger here, and they were using belt speeds to try and mess with everything. Just doesn't work for my head. You know, weird. I would rather just sit there and go, okay, how do I need the 5 belts to come off the machines?
How you doing, bud?
You know, doing.
Yep. So I'm out of Crux. I got a hard drive.
Yeah.
I'm going to be creating my encased steel beams factory next.
Mm-hmm.
The recipes that I have available to me from the hard drive are alternate steel screws or alternate steel frame.
Steel frame. Which one's that one? Hold on a second. I heard you
I have it
live
up on
this. Yeah, I was gonna say. I heard you. I would honestly get the steel screws. The steel frame is good. But steel screws for anything that you need screws going forward is god tier. Because it's one steel beam gets you 50-something screws.
Yeah, because and I'm out of Crux too, because this is my first real playthrough, and I'm confused. So, I've been watching some guys from Total Eclipse who getting some good factories up and running.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
But I'm not using all those materials after I pass the tier. So should I leave them in there, or should I tear them down?
See, there's 2 methods to think about with this, and either one works. Some people will tear it down and then make a new factory afterwards.
Yeah.
The other thing you can do is, instead of tearing down, build a second factory then tear down.
Yeah, because
That way you're continuing to manufacture materials in the meantime.
Right. So here, I mean, I have storages. I have industrial storages filled with screws.
Yeah, getting rid of screws, any chance you get, is really clutch, because they're very inefficient. Like steel rods, I don't even use, or the iron rods or whatever. I don't even use them anymore.
Yeah. I mean, how far should I wait before I start tearing stuff down so I'm not screwing myself too? Because even in the codex here,
yeah,
I can't see like the next tier. It's like what's beyond encased industrial beams that have been made. I know I'm going to need a lot of them for the belts.
aluminum,
Fine. What goes into aluminum?
bauxite.
Okay. But am I really going to be needing screws going forward? And how do I know that I'm not going to be needing screws going forward?
Some of it's personal choice in the recipes you choose to use later on. Like I said, I'm not using screws anymore. I was, but I chose because I was using them for the frames.
Yep.
I was using the steel screw recipe to make my modular frames, but I decided instead to go with the steeled frame recipe that you just had as an option.
Yep. Where it takes pipe instead of...
Yeah, it takes pipe instead of the screws. I chose to go that option instead. But again, it's a numbers game. I'm going for huge numbers of things. Not everybody is.
Yeah.
So, alright. I've got to get up real quick and go get the family up. I'll still be on here, and of course, if you have any questions, chat can answer. But let me go get the family up real quick. So, on a different subject, we're sitting around the dinner table last night, and my wife's friend has a really, really shitty driveway. It goes up at a really steep angle. It's all gravel. She hasn't really done, proper maintenance to the driveway in a long time. So it kind of sucks really bad going up and down her driveway. She yesterday, her father, her friend's father, went and decided to actually get the materials to fix the driveway proper. And he had my son go help him. Well, of course, it's a lot of crushed rock and stuff like that, but there's a lot of mica in it.
Yep.
So my son, having been working in the dirt, was covered in mica all up and down his arms and his legs because he was in shorts and stuff like that.
Yep.
So he offhanded made a joke about looking like one of those fake vampires from the Twilight books.
Yeah.
Which immediately prompted my wife and I to chuckle that looks like he's covered in stripper glitter. So this morning he's going to go help her father finish the driveway, and they've got gravel coming in at like 7 a.m. So he goes, "Dad, make sure you get me up with Devlin so I be ready for leaving." Okay, not a problem. I'll do that. So I just walked in. I turned his light on and I go, "Wake up, King Sparkles." Of course, he sat there last night going like, "Seriously, you give me all this grief?" I'm like, "You can't lob me a softball like that and not expect me to take a swing at it." Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I mean, I'm incapable of not taking a swing at that. Oh, dang it. I didn't go up high enough. Hard to judge the right height.
A lot of driving around.
Alright, there's that. We will have that available to bring material up. Now we just need the 2 lines of ore. I do love the sound that they added for flying into the glass. It seems a minor thing, but this just... Oh, a bird! Thunk! Alright, so we need to bring up our petroleum coke. 2 lines of that, we'll be good to go. We need to go find the 800 petroleum coke. That'll be first order of business. I think it's this one here was the petroleum. Yes. Alright, let's go find 800 petroleum coke. Those ones are pretty well tapped, I think. Secondary here. That's a 600 line, I think. I think I have this hooked up as a 1200 line, and it's not. Because these 4 lines here all go over to the bauxite. Alright, so 2 of these... Alright, this is the one that feeds this bauxite for the... And it's only supposed to be... It's not fully hooked up yet. But it would end up being 360. Right? No. 480 and 360. So it is an 840 line. That doesn't make sense.
It's too bad you can't restart with a new loop or with the new recipes off the bat. You know, you have to fight them again.
Oh, if you start a new game, you mean?
Yeah, if you start a new save with the new recipes there.
You can, kind of. There's a couple ways to do it. You can start with the advanced game settings and unlock everything, but then you don't get achievements. Or you can, the other thing you could do is load your save into, the interactive map calculator website or the interactive map website, and you can manually unlock your recipes in there. You can set which ones are unlocked for alternate recipes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Okay, so here's another dumb question there, and this is just me being dumb. So I'm already producing steel beams and producing steel pipe in one factory. In my second, I need to produce encased steel beams, which I need steel beams, of course, in concrete.
Well, there's an alternate for it, but yeah, early on, that's the way you do it.
Early on, this is all I have. So should I set up a new concrete factory and a new iron or steel ingot factory, or should I be using the materials from storage that I already have into the new factory?
I mean, there's 2 ways about it. You can utilize the steel beams you're already making to go and do encased steel beams.
Yep.
Or you can leave it as is, and make a new one. There's 2 options there. The real question is, how much do you need?
I don't know.
You know. Well, I mean,
that's what I'm coming to.
It's a scale thing. You can get by in a pretty small scale if you want to. It just takes you longer. Or you can go bigger scale and get it done faster. It's entirely up to your playstyle. Where it's your first playthrough, going small scale and learning things is probably a better option, because then you can progress further faster rather than getting lost in trying to make a monster factory that you don't know your numbers, you don't know your recipes, yada yada yada. So sticking to a lot of exploration and smaller scale builds might help you out as you learn how you're gonna go about doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if you decide to do another playthrough, say you want to start in a different location, or you just want to go about things differently,
Yep.
you can change your scale, your numbers, and you'll have an idea. Okay, hey, I've got X number of this, X number of that. I want to be using these recipes that I remembered from my last playthrough.
Yep. Yeah. Thanks, Monstrog. Yeah, make new line. That's what I'm thinking. It's just I'm worried I'm going to be resource starved with lines. But then again, I can upgrade miners and slug miners too, or shard miners. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, later on you'll unlock faster miners and things like that. The question is, like, how many steel beams you making a minute. If you're in the low numbers per minute, say you're making 10 steel beams a minute or something like that, then yes, it's better to start a whole new line planning on, okay, I want to make 10 encased steel beams a minute. What do I need? And you work backwards from there.
Yep.
That's probably a better option. That way you leave steel beams going into dimensional storage. Or into a storage for you.
Yeah, and I can use them for other resources and stuff, other parts. Yeah.
And one thing that some people choose to do is they'll mix and match belts. They won't just necessarily put everything to a top tier belt. If I've got, a line that's only producing 10 of something a minute, do I really need to go and, put Mark 5 belts on everything? Or do I instead choose to go with, some Mark 1s, some Mark 2s, some Mark 3s, whatever, and you're mixing and matching? Alright, so yeah, we're only 600 in each of these three. That's what I thought. The line that's currently running full tilt over there is... Yeah.
Total Eclipse's videos on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the beginning steel layouts and stuff like that, following his designs in there, trying to make things more efficient and learning about manifolds and splitting and bastards my head because it's hard.
It can be complicated, and again, there's your choice. You can make complicated builds, or you can make simplified builds that aren't as fancy, and it's a perfectly acceptable playstyle. Look at Dave, the number of hours he has in the game. He still's like, all right, here's a box that I'm going to make this in, here's a box I'm going to make that in, and doesn't really decorate or do anything like that. And he's perfectly happy doing that. Then you have somebody like Total Eclipse who goes like, I'm going to make this steel beam factory, and by the time you've done it, looks like a frickin' architect went crazy with the thing.
Yep.
And, you get all these weird lines and curves and beams and pillars, and it's just a completely different play style.
Yep.
I'm kind of going somewhere in between. I've got a giant box, but I'm making decorative sections to the box. My main factory is just a giant rectangle. Now I'm getting a little bit more fancy with the decorations on the sides and the walls and things like that, but ATS refinery? American Truck Sim? Refinery inspired? Now I'm confused, Mossrock. Use more lower tiered belts than high speed belts with the exception of ore. Yeah. And you know, again, that's one of those things where perfectly acceptable way to go about it. And I've started doing more of that too. The only exception being when I have all right, so these are only 600 a piece. We're gonna have to do some reconfiguring because this belt needs to be 840, but it's only got 600 going on there. It will run out. Oh, like an actual refinery. So if I've got 600 here, I need to add 240 to it. Let's go ahead and get the last one brought up here. We're gonna stick a merger on you. I come off of this one. Oh, truck route that picks up items kind of in the middle of the... Ah, I gotcha. Now it makes sense to me. I'm sitting here going like, the fuck's Moss Frog talking about? Makes a little more sense now. You know what? Let's, instead of coming up this direction, put you up this direction. Go like this with you. I'm gonna come up this way into a smart splitter here. We're gonna go any in this direction. There we go. We have our 600, tying in with the 270 from here. That brings us 870. We've got enough on that belt now that we're good. It really only leaves 330 on this belt. You're only using 480 off of this one, so there's another 120 we can steal. What does this go to? Oh, okay, 480 here. Plus we took 270. $750 belt. And 270 here. Now you're 1,000 on that belt. Alright, so that would be the 960 we need for a belt. This one under here is now set. This would be a 1,200 belt minus 270. Be a 930 belt. But it's really taking the 960 and really only leaving 240 there, not 230. Same with this one here. We had 960, 960, 960. This belt here, it comes up from underneath. What's this belt go to? Alright, this one. That one's going up. That's my 800 belt. So we might actually have more to gain off of that bottom belt there. Alright. No Scurvy is going to try the dark art of load balancing. Probably not.
What do you mean dark art of load? I'm already doing some of it with splitters and mergers and figuring things out. Why?
It can get really freaking confusing.
Yes, it can.
Alright, so this here we have is just a straight 1200 belt, but we have 240 we can take off at this belt. Which we might need. So we have 480 coming off of this. That leaves me 120 that we can steal. If I were to put a smart splitter here, I could pull it off, dump it into this belt.
Can I have blueprints unlocked now. Can blueprints be transferred between saves?
Yes, as long as you follow a few simple rules.
Oh.
So essentially what you need to do is you need to get to blueprint. You need to get to the point where you unlock blueprints and make one on the new save. Then you'll have the file folder to transfer them into. And it's just a matter of finding the file folder that they're stored in and transferring them.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Like I keep a hot tab to my factory game, which is an app data local factory game. Then I can come in here to my save games, go to blueprints, and here's all my save games that I have.
Yep.
With the individual blueprints on it. Yep. Mr. Boomhauer, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. So, yeah, essentially what you would do is you would get to the point where you can unlock blueprints.
Yep.
And, you just, okay, here's my save. Take all of these blueprints, transfer it into the new save, you're good to go.
Right. Okay.
Yes, rules. The problem is if you try to say, like, okay, I'm gonna make a file folder, it might not be the right file folder for that save.
Save, yeah.
Even if you try to name it right and everything else, it might not have the metadata it needs and all that other shit. So you're better off just going, you know what? I will wait until such time as I have them unlocked, and then I will go from there. Alright, so we can peel this off like this. We can now overflow out this side. That now makes this a 720 belt. And we're pulling up to 270 off. What? I don't know, the cats.
I figured it might have been one of
Yes, it was one of those that's not an actual stuffed one.
these.
Yes, Moss Frog, it would be nice if the blueprints were global to every save. I fully agree with that. So we're now a 720 minus that. I could take this line up. If you get the right number there, at least. See, the one thing they need to have is a smart merger. I want you to take from this belt first, then let this belt in. instead of just merging them.
Mm.
It's coming out. No, it's not. Simple. I lost respect for Senior Mark Mather.
What?
I just lost respect for Mr. Marshall Mathers M&M.
He's
Dodunk. Is that a freaking Paris Wolf?
Yep.
And introducing Mr. Barack Obama.
Yeah, well, they have become. It's yeah. I won't get into the political shit on stream, but yeah.
Doesn't stop me.
So this is a 1200 belt we can. Well, my wife was saying apparently Eminem was at a Harris Walls rally introducing Barack Obama. It's like, yeah, well,
Coming from one of
Did-
the
it-
most racist singers introducing a former black president, and what does Obama have to? No, I'm not getting into it. Too early. Too
Yeah.
early.
all right. So we can peel off of this line too. I have 240 I can take off of this line. Give me to 690. We won't get to the 800 we need. Is there any other? I need a little bit more. I need 110 more off of another line here. Thing is, I think I'm at my limit for what I'm pulling into this place. Is we're pulling off of this one here. Pulling off of that one there, plus the 480. Leaving 240 a piece on those. Bam, that makes that line. This one down here, we already set up. Be the right speed down there. I can take off of this line. 240. Problem is I only have 1800 coming in down here. And we're using, count it, this 600 plus this 600 here. Alright. So 600, we're taking that full 600 now. So 20. Mine is technically 260. So we'll set this up as an overflow only. That leaves me 700. I need 100 petroleum coke. M&Ms are tasty to eat. Yes. Damn it, now I want to... Boss Rug! Can't mention candy like that and not give me cravings. That's not cool, dude. I might be in trouble. Where else am I making petroleum coke? Because I'm making 5,400 over here at this refinery. I know I'm making some down here, but that's only 1,800. No, that is the 7,200. So I'm consuming the 1800 I'm making over there for my turbo fuel. Which means the rest is coming in here. Exactly how much am I consuming with the aluminum? That is one issue I'm going to run into, I think, with this plant right now. I don't have things overflowing to sinks. So I'm not, like, stress testing the system, per se. 80 a minute times 1830 times 80 plus. We have, it's going to be 42 times 80 plus. It's 45 times 80 plus 3 times 40. That's 3720 we would be using for all of these. Right? My math is right? Yeah, because there's 1836. Oh, I'm likely expecting that to be the case. Lost Frog. I am expecting that to be the case. Let me hook these to power, because it's... There we go. Now they're hooked to power, so they'll actually count on the stats thing. But I have 3 and 3. 3 of those are running underclocked, 3 overclocked. Plus those are all overclocked. So we're 30... So 18 and 18 is 36, yeah. 42, 45, plus the 3 at 40. Does indeed come to 3720. According to the math, I've got the 5400 petroleum coke. It should work. I just need to find where I'm missing the little bit extra. I bet you the line that I've got coming over here, I might be able to pull a couple off of too. Yeah, that just updated, so it would be... It's saying I've got the extra. I might be making a few extra... No, I'm actually making exactly enough. So, this line here only needs to be 800. Alright, so this needs to be 800. I got a 1200 coming up. And we're pulling 270 off. Up to 270. So I've got another 130 here I can pull. Alright, so let me bring this line up. We can pull some more off of that. This line right now was a 700 line. Let's find out where I need to bring it up into the building, or up into the production area. Where was I anticipating that line coming from? It's this one here. Nah, that's not where I wanted to put you. Alright, so this is the line here we need. Oh, we get an issue there. Alright, and we're gonna go a merger in here. And it was this line I can take another 120 off of to finish off that other one. There we go. We have our 800. Now I need my Caterium ore, which is going to be coming from over here somewhere, I believe. That's the copper train. There's the Caterium train. Yeah, it will be quite frustrating to debug the system, so to speak. I mean, I'll get it done. I do need to take a run out. This is the same spot, the Caterium and the Quickwire, or the Quartz. I need to go see which one I had set up as the 1200 and which ones I had as the 600. So underlay. And I think I'm gonna need to add. Well, I know I'll need to add a second train to that loop too. If I don't already, let me see. That's Caterium, Lithium, Iron. There's Triple Cat 1. Quartz. Quartz. Yeah, we're gonna need to add a second. Yeah. I'll need a second train for the Triple Caterium, not a big deal. I will set that up and get it started while I'm out here doing this. Because I'm going to need to chase the lines, figure out which one's the 1200, get the train set up. By then, that actual Triple Caterium should be following right behind me. I'll let it leave the station, set the train up on the line, and then when the other one reaches the other station, I'll set it off. Should do the trick there. I think I did the same thing with the Caterium as I did with the Quartz, and I put the Pure Node going into the center of the 3 trains. Just fine, I guess. I'll figure it out. Alright, it looks like I did indeed do that. Here comes the Triple Caterium. Go on, little buddy. Underlay. Is that E? We're gonna call you Triple Cat. Sorry, hold on. Titan. Triple Cat 2. Edit timetable. Triple Cat supply. Triple Cat drop. Save changes. I need to wait for that Triple Cat to get at least down to here. Then we'll set it off and go for a ride. I'm gonna pull as much reanimated Sam as I can so I can set up. I gotta get that the SAM fluctuators that I bootstrap, make sure they're flowing as much as possible. Once it crosses this threshold here, we'll set this one off. So far, so good on the internet this morning. I didn't get any phone calls that they, quote, fixed the issue. Still don't know if what their frickin' situation is. Give me the Caterium. I think once I get things to a point where I'm starting the uranium fuel rod building, I'm gonna set up a bunch of sinks, or I'll have things moving so that I can get stuff actually.
Right.
The dulcet tones of Mr. Average Viking. That way, things will start to test the system. Maybe once we get the AI limiters online, if I make it that far this stream, because we gotta finish up this Caterium line, and then I need to go set up some copper lines.
You see the copper in this meat?
You mix Caterium ingots and copper ingots to make quick wire as an alternate recipe, and your Caterium ingots go a lot further that way. So, yeah, I mean, you still use iron and copper in alternate recipes as you move further along. Well, again, if you choose to. Nothing says you have to use those recipes.
Yeah.
But, for example, oops, oh, I could spell quick wire this morning. your normal quick wire, it's 1 ingot. You never brought me your tablet last night to charge.
Yeah.
1 ingot would give you 5 quick wire. But if you add copper in, you get 12 quick wire per Caterium ingot.
Ah, okay.
Takes 5 copper though.
Yep.
But, you know, again, you can pretty easily make a lot of copper with alternate recipes too. So, you know, it's just a numbers game at that point. How do you want to do it?
Yeah.
There really is a lot of occasions of half a dozen of one, 6 of another type of deal.
Right. Yep.
Alright, so we're gonna be in a tough choice here, but let's make our merging downstairs for this one. If I do this number, okay, that does put me in a spot where we can do that. Which actually drops me in directly underneath. Hey, stop that shit. Alright, and I want them to be somewhere in this area here, if I could. This is a kind of marker. Good morning, Mr. MacGyver. How are you doing today, sir? Oh, hey now. Go. Quick wire is going. Just exclamation Discord, Mitra. Take a look at moss frogs. Nice. Decent looking design. Put down the foundation for Unimis 125, 152 by 85. Show with floors for trains. Wow, that's that's bigger than what I've got going. That's nice. All right. We now have that set. I think what we need to do is we need to get like I'm using all the copper I have right now. Most assuredly I am. No, it's good. As big as I went, I expanded it once, and now I'm sitting here going like I should have gone bigger. So I still have a 1200 line of copper I'm not using. But I need like 4 more sets, so I need at least... Alright, hang on. Because we're going to be doing a bunch of copper or quick wire. I'll probably be sending some ingots up here. And we've got some copper up here that I can bring up. So it's a very likely possibility that these iron, that copper, go into a building up here for my final uranium stuff, because I need 6,300 quick wire up there. Down here, I probably only need 1 more copper setup, so I can do... 1 more copper setup would allow me to do 3 more of these, which would get me 6 and a 720, I think it is. 90. No, 480. All right, so yeah. I can do 3 more setups. That'll get me a partial belt. Well, 2 partial belts. I can do like 2 720s. Something like that. Well, we've got room for yeah. I know I need to move all of that stuff first. Yeah, I don't have cooling systems online. That's something I need to... I probably should do that first. Because I'm going to need them so we can move the... Yeah. Decision made. Cooling systems first. Then we'll go to the AI limiters. Come on. Click the doggo, please. Electromagnetic control rods. Fused frames I'll definitely take. There aren't any buildings that take heat sinks, are there? Why am I thinking there's buildings that take heat sinks? I don't know, just for some reason I'm getting this sudden feeling that there's buildings that take heat sinks. It doesn't sound right in my head, but... Yeah, cooling systems. I know there's cooling systems used in buildings for sure. That's a fancy look on the outside of that there, MacGyver. Cool looking right there.
Yeah.
That's a big building. Yeah, foundations turned on their sides. For the exterior walls. Well, I don't accidentally sacrifice those things. Alright, cooling systems. I don't need a ton set up. I think I'm going with this one here. Question is, how many heat sinks do I have available? Because we're gonna... I want to say I had 40? I can probably do it right over there. Yeah, I've got 22 here. Times 15. I actually have 70 heat sinks unused. So I could actually interrupt. Yeah, there would be enough here. I could interrupt this with a smart splitter, come out this way, set up manufacturers for the cooling systems. Then I just have to bring up motors. And nitrogen gas. And if I did 7 of these, that's a fair number of cooling systems a minute. 7 times 60 is what? 560? 420. I was thinking 560. That's 8, dummy. So did you get a chance to see X-Man's,
Preview? Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I was on stream with him last night. He went over it.
Looks good.
Looks really good. So, I'm curious with the AI, if you can do overloading with it in some manner.
Yeah, I think we're still gonna very much need
Courseplay. Yeah.
Courseplay.
I agree. Yep. It's going to be interesting to see what Courseplay does, building on top of what Giants has underneath the hood too. So.
Two in a bit. I don't think I'm gonna get 7 in here. Sounds good there, Mitra. You know what? We're gonna do it this way. Blueprints, manufacturer. We're gonna do the double. I'll line it up on this. I know we only need 7 of them, but I'm gonna go 8 and I'll underclock a couple just for shits and giggles. Two. 4. 8. Sorry for the recipe you want to use. It's the blender. Is it? Oh, yes, you're right. It is. Thank you very much there, Rook. You're correct. It is the blender. Good call. I was thinking manufacturer for some reason, but now that you say that, yeah, you need to put the gas in. Yep. Yep, yep. I don't have any blender setups. So, production blenders. Good call, Rook. I'd have been sitting there getting it all set up and going, derp. Yeah, cooling systems come out of blenders. Why did I think otherwise? That makes a lot more sense. Gonna put the nitrogen gas on the bottom. I have everything maxed. I'm using a custom engine INI file there, Pruixis. Sorry, I butchered your name. It's not Ixels. I have no idea how you'd like me to pronounce that name. My brain just doesn't want to figure that one out. Pruixels? Pruxels? I'm probably butchering it further, so I'm gonna shut up now.
While you're ahead? Yes.
Quit while I'm behind.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that too.
Preix? I can do, Preix I can do. Preix I can do. Otherwise, my brain just I'm going like, no, none of these sound right. Why do none of these sound right?
Be right back.
Yep. Toyota Prius. Prius was the first thing that came to mind as well, but I'm like, no, there's an X there. And then for some reason I got Exis, but it's Exels, and yeah, Prius works. My brain just went, English is hard. Hey, Mr. Vito. Thank you for the hydrate and the stretch. Easier to pronounce in German. Gotcha. See, I am part German, but I know zero German. Other than like Guten Morgen.
I am a dwarf and a digging a hole, diggy diggy hole, diggy diggy hole. I am a dwarf and a digging a hole, diggy diggy hole, digging a hole.
Of course, the top belt will snap in place. The bottom belt won't. All right. There's that. I need to double check that I'm making enough motors for this. I haven't checked that yet. Oh, damn it. I should be. Yep, cooling systems. I don't have them automated yet, and now I'm sitting here going, I really need them automated. Oh yeah. I'm definitely making that many. Why am I using Mark II belt? Just because. Alright, that's done.
Working.
You need to be out for the bus. I'm not worrying about your mother and I. So, There's that. All powered. Those going in. Love you too, buddy. Have a good day at school. Alright, now, damn it. It's hard to not just sit there and go like, you know what? Mark 5 is my standard number, so... I also need gas over there. I should have thought of that.
Okay. Corbin! Can you come here, please? So I'm not screaming across the house!
That would require him to put the phone down and get his head out of his ass for 5 minutes. That's unlikely to happen.
You just call me now. We keep side by side. This is the pilot. Here.
Alright, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that out.
Yet. Okay, yes, not yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Alright, up. Aha! Ah.
Want to buy straight pipes. That. that, and it should be... I think that's the actual color I need right there, is 9.
Today and tomorrow. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute, dude.
I'm always cackling about something. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Well, she is talking to Sparkles, so...
Okay. Alright,
Well.
yeah, Sparkle King is all ready to go. Hopefully your dad.
No. It's King Sparkles. You need to get his stripper name right.
Sorry, King Sparkle. He's ready to go, so whenever your dad decides.
I will give my kid shit about that for a week,
He's ready to go.
at least. Mr. Amethyst Neon coming in with a tier 1 resub. Thank you very much for that. I do greatly appreciate it.
He started talking about how he was
31-month streak. Wow. Thank you, Mr. Neon.
covered in mica, so he was sparkling, and comparing himself to the Twilight vampires. And we're, so his stripper name is now. Oh, crap. I gotta let you go. I've got so much stuff going on right now. So, I love you. I appreciate you telling me. I have passed on the information. Bye.
Mr. Trouble is in the house. He's not that much trouble. I think what I'm gonna do with this one, because let's just run it right along the roof. Straight across right here. So I can bring it all the way down to here. Drop it down and then come over here like this. Yep, I think that's what we're gonna do. Hey, it's not a war crime the first time. Of course, every time Neon comes in, all I can think of is habitual line crosser with his Canadian character. Hey there, hi there, ho there, bud. I love HLC. And the fat electrician, he's pretty funny too. Especially when they get together and have their chats. All right, we need one of these will work, I guess. No. Hey, stop it. Love dealing with gases. It's been up and down, Neon. They have it figured out one day, and then a couple days later it goes to shit again, and I'm on their ass, and... very much a back and forth affair at this point. Alright, there's that. Now I just need to do... this line for the motors. Should have left that open. Where did I put motors? Here's an idea. Let's find where I have them stashed. Work backwards. Alright, so I do not have these interrupted yet at all, I don't think. Internet seems fine today. It looks like it was okay yesterday. But it's very, very much still wishy-washy at times. Hey there, Neon.
Hey, Neon.
Hello.
So let's smart splitter this. Do it right here. You're now gonna be overflow any. Needs to get over there. I go at height 3, just on the other side of this copper wire. Looks like it'd be a good spot for it. So you on your days off, Neon?
Oh no. I'm working, I just couldn't sleep. So.
Ah. Well, I'd love to say hopefully I put you to sleep, but at the same time I don't want to put you to sleep, so.
I gotta get up in 2 hours anyways.
Oh, not too early then.
Not too early then, Scurvy
Oh.
says.
Okay, so that is even.
Math is hard. Math is hard.
Just remember the end.